See, all the sea creatures were swimming towards King Triton's magnificent palace. There was a concert, and King Triton had invited everyone to attend it. His mermaid daughters danced while Sebastian the Crab conducted the undersea orchestra. Far from the palace, King Triton's daughter Ariel and her best friend Flounder the fish had swum up to the surface to meet Scuttle the seagull. Suddenly, Ariel remembered the concert. They plunged into the sea and headed home. In another corner of the ocean, Ursula, the sea witch, watched them in her crystal ball. She was plotting her cruel revenge against Triton for banishing her from his kingdom. King Triton was angry at Ariel for not attending the concert. "I want you to watch Ariel," he said to Sebastian. The next day, Sebastian secretly followed Ariel. She was daydreaming out loud to Flounder. "I'd do anything to see what the human world is like," she sighed. Just then, something on the surface of the water attracted their attention. "Look, it's a ship!" cried Ariel. Before Sebastian could stop them, Ariel and Flounder moved towards the ship. They saw huge firecrackers light up the night sky. They also heard the sound of singing and dancing. There was some kind of celebration on board. Filled with curiosity, they swam to the hull of the ship. Ariel stared wide-eyed at the humans singing and dancing on the deck. "Happy birthday, Prince Eric," they cried to a handsome young man. "Please accept our gift," said an older man, pointing to a statue of the dashing prince. "Thank you," said Prince Eric humbly. At that moment, a wild storm struck the ship. Winds howled and lightning struck the ship. Soon, the entire ship was ablaze. Before Eric could do anything, a gigantic wave crashed over the deck, sending him soaring overboard into the seas. Ariel pulled the unconscious Eric to the surface and swam to the shore. Ariel had fallen in love with the prince and sang to him. As Eric regained consciousness, Ariel slipped back into the waters, as she didn't want him to know that she was a mermaid. When Eric awoke, all he remembered was the sound of a beautiful voice. Nearby, Ariel watched as Eric's friend helped him walk towards their castle. "I wonder if I will ever see him again," sighed Ariel, as Eric's figure disappeared behind a hill. King Triton was angry when he heard about this incident. "I told you to keep away from humans," he roared. "But I love Eric," cried Ariel. Back in her lair, Ursula was still watching Ariel. She sent her eels, Flossom and Jetsam, to lure Ariel, and they brought her to Ursula. "If you give me a lovely voice, you'll be human for 3 days. If Eric kisses you, then you'll be human forever. Sign this contract, said Ursula. Ariel did so. If he doesn't kiss you, you'll be mine, said Ursula. Ariel's voice was sucked into the shell around Ursula's neck. Ariel was transformed into a human, and she found herself near Prince Eric's castle. "Won't you come to the castle?" asked the prince. Ariel nodded her head. "This can't be the girl who saved me. She can't speak," thought Eric. The next day, he took Ariel for a ride on a rowboat. Eric had fallen in love with her and leaned forward to kiss her, when from afar he heard the voice of the woman who had saved him. He followed the sound, and it brought him to a lovely young girl. The lovely girl was actually Ursula, disguised as a girl called Vanessa. She was singing sweetly with Ariel's voice, trapped inside the seashell around her neck. Eric was spellbound. He was sure she was the same girl who had rescued him, and he decided to marry her. Vanessa accepted his proposal, and they decided to get married the next day. Inside the wedding ship, Ursula, disguised as Vanessa, was admiring herself in the mirror. "Soon I'll rule the 7 seas," she thought. Scuttle was flying by when he recognized Ursula's reflection. He gathered his bird friends and flew to the ship with Ariel in tow. The birds picked at Vanessa. Scuttle ripped the seashell, which shattered into a million pieces. Ariel's voice escaped and flew back to her. And hearing the voice, Prince Eric rushed to Ariel's side. But before he could kiss Ariel, the sun set. Ariel's time as a human had run out. Ariel turned back into a mermaid and had to go with Ursula. Suddenly, King Triton appeared. "Get back, witch!" he roared. Ursula countered. "By this contract, Ariel belongs to me," she added slyly. "To free Ariel, you must crown me queen of the seas." Triton was trapped. On the ocean's surface, Eric gripped his harpoon to fight Ursula. With all his strength, he dived underwater and hurled the harpoon at her, hit in the arm. The sea witch grew angry and towered over the ocean. Ursula had taken the king's trident, which gave her great powers. Ursula roared as she aimed Triton's magic trident at Eric, but missed. As Ursula and her wrath grew, the sea became wilder. With her mighty powers, the angry Ursula created a terrible storm, which sent the ocean into a turmoil. Eric bravely swam to the nearby ship and took the helm, steering the ship at full speed towards the raging monster. He caught her before she saw what was coming and pierced her heart with the ship's long prow. The sea witch had been defeated by the brave prince. Her powers vanished, freeing Triton from her spell. Triton got his trident and became the king again. A few days later, he saw Ariel on a rock by the prince's castle with a sad look. He realized that she really did love the prince. He turned her into a human girl for good. It was a dream come true. Ariel ran to the prince who was waiting for her on the beach. They had a beautiful wedding ceremony with family and friends. Ariel hugged her father tenderly and begged everyone farewell before sailing away with Eric on the beautiful wedding boat. Thanks for watching. If you like my video, give me a big thumbs up. Comment your opinion below. Share this video with your family and friends. Don't forget to subscribe my channel and hit that bell button to get new video notification. Bye.